Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and a very warm welcome to the UK. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan and we are tuning in for the Film and Music Show on USA Global TV and Radio on our LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, X and LinkedIn as well. So for today's guest on the Film and Music Show, he has been on the show last time. It's quite a while ago, but I've worked with this wonderful man. He is an amazing international coach, renowned for his coaching, his accolade of awards. He's been the front cover of Forbes magazine. He has an amazing life story of how he changed his life around from being stuck in the pen in prison to come out, to reevaluate, change his life, do a 360-degree change. And now he's had a documentary film of his life story. There's more to it. The title today is It Could Be You. So we welcome the Film and Music Show, welcome the amazing and talented and very intelligent Robert J. Moore.
Hey, hello.
Hi, Robert.
Good to see you.
Lovely to see you back on the Film and Music Show. Oh, is that you? Let's bring some humor into it. Love it. So, Robert.
You got it. It's hot out here. You got it.
Oh, gosh. Yes. So whereabouts, Robert, are you from? Where are you having this interview on the world, on the map?
I'm in Canada, but you say where I'm from. I went to a party 53 years ago with my father and left with my mother. That's
That's sharp.
But I mean, when you're looking at the situation, no, I'm from Canada, raised and born in Canada. It's a tough go in Canada right now, but we're making it through.
Well, it's wonderful how you are there supporting everyone there in Canada. So
I got students, clients, and everybody all over the world, though. I don't just have them here. Like, I'm open. I'm global. You're renowned. You're global. So on that note, Robert, can you let our audiences know who you are, what you do, in kind of about 2 minutes? 2 minutes. The fastest way where I'm from. Okay, I'll talk about. I was a drug addict, alcoholic. Going this year, September, I'll be 20 years clean sober. I used to be in and out of jail for 17 years, working for the bikers and the mafia. Very short. I was, I was lost, living on the streets for 7 years. So today I turned things around. I went and got my social service worker diploma, my addictions degree, my BA in psychology, my master's in counseling psychology, harm reduction, 2 honorary doctorate degrees. And basically what I do is I empower other people to look at their passion. I don't care about their money. I don't care about that. And by the way, when I work with someone, I don't care about their feelings. I tell them straight out, I care more about their business than their feelings. We can deal with the feelings later. I was a therapist for 15 years. And a registered counselor for 12. So when it comes to your feelings, I'm not worried about hurting them. We could deal with that later, but I mean, they need to focus. So many people hide behind those feelings. They forget their structure and their foundation of their business, and that's what they lose out on. You know what I mean? So they have holes all over the place in their business. I've been on stages with all the prestigious people in the world, like Les Brown, his daughter, coached his daughter for 3-4 years. Everybody from the movie The Secret, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. I partnered up with Think and Grow Rich on a few events and did things with. You know, I've done things with some high-end people. I always bring people. I don't look at people any other way, high or low. They're all just people. You know what I mean? I don't care if they're just coming off the street. I can help them out. I don't care if they're multi-billionaires. I can help them out or whatever.
Thank you for sharing that, Robert, and your transparency with that. So, Robert, I just wanted you to hop on in a time machine, not to the point where you were living the life of a villain, as they say, but where you turned your life around.
I still am.
Well, in the real, more moralistic way. You've got a good set of morals now, let's say. So, with that in effect, so hopping it into a time machine, let's go back. So you have gone through all this life in that old way, in the old life. Then you attended your college education. What was your first day that you can remember, the feeling that you felt?
Here's the thing. Before I started any schooling, I had to go through 4 months of intense rehab because my anger was bad. You know, I was really, really miserable with the anger, and they just kept getting me in and out of jail. You figure I did 17 years in and out. I mean, armed robberies, attempted murders, and everything, right? It was the stupidest thing, but I wouldn't change anything for the world. I wouldn't. I mean, because I'm here today, it brought me to where I am today. The first day in school is what I had to do is I had to get my grade 12 first. I'm in class at an adult learning center with people 15, 20 years junior to my age. It was awful. They're all talking. Yeah, they're talking about the booze and drugs. And I'm like, you know, here they are talking about war stories, you know, like reminiscing about, oh, I did this, I did that, you know, bragging about it. It's called war stories. And I'm thinking, well, should I go up and backhand them? Or like I was only 6 months clean and sober at this time, and I was still angry. So what I did was I'm outside smoking cigarettes when I did smoke cigarettes, going on 19 years without that right now too. So what I did was when I was outside smoking a cigarette at the time, the guy come up and started doing his like Mr. Cool act with me. I call him part of the rubber knife gang, I used to call him, because he was all mouth and he just wouldn't do anything. So next thing you know, I mean, I backhanded him so hard, he did a full circle. And from that moment on, I taught myself, look, that's not the way to go, man. This is awful. I didn't like the way it felt. I used to love it, you know, when I used to have to beat people up and collect their money or whatever. But I didn't enjoy that one. It taught me a lesson that I need to get this stuff done and get out of here and move on to the next, to the college and then universities. So, yeah.
So it was an educational institution where you weren't allowed to be the old behavior system that you had enjoyed.
Well, some of the counseling I had was anger management. I had to deal with anger management. I had to deal with AA, NA. You know, I had to deal with all that. I had to speak in front of people. It was humbling me. It was teaching me how to be humbled.
Now, you certainly have an extensive life story in the way that you have experienced. So with all this experience, going from pain, suffering to redemption to resurrection, even transforming, changing your life 360 degrees, whilst you were learning in the educational, could you tell that others were going under the spell of, say, drugs or drink or certain behavior?
Well, like I was saying, I was a drug and alcohol counselor. That's what I became at the end while going through school, because of the fact of, here's the thing, drug addict mind, okay, well, I'm a drug addict alcoholic. Oh, I can help another drug addict alcoholic. I didn't realize the extent of the things I had to learn to go through it. It was wild. It was far beyond my reach. I mean, I don't know how many times I sat in class. The first 2 weeks of any class was like, man, I'm over my head. Like, how do these people understand this? After 2 weeks, it's like, wow, I understand it all now. It's just like I wouldn't give myself the time. But when you're in there for the first 2 weeks, it's like, I just want to give up. I can't figure this out. You're being hard on yourself. You're the hardest person on yourself when you look in the mirror and you're critiquing anybody but yourself. You're the hardest person. And I've learned that through all the years. I learned how just give it the time to digest because it's something new. You know what I mean? A lot of people, when they go off the path and they start dealing with emotions, they go right back to, I'm going to say the word shit, the shit pile that they're in, they're comfortable in. That's where they feel comfortable, that big mess. When I learned to go through the AA steps and I got to like number 5 is where you actually tell someone that number 4, which is your moral inventory. And I wrote it all out and I didn't hold nothing back. And so when I went to number 5 and I had to read it out, it took me probably about 8 hours to talk to my sponsor about it. He looked at me and laughed at the end of that. He says, that's what kept you drinking. And I felt like 2 inches tall talking about it and everything else. You know, all the stuff that was in my system, why I was drinking, why I was feeling that way, what was going on. We explored it all. But then when he said, you know, that's it. I mean, that's what kept you drinking. I felt like backhanding him. I feel like knocking him right out, making him swallow his teeth or something, because that really bothered me. But then at the same time, he got me to realize other people are going through worse and they made it.
So would you say, Robert, that this was the first time that you were feeling the truth?
I wouldn't say feeling the truth. I don't know if I felt the truth until years later, because I was so numb and my emotions were so numb. I had to be re-stripped of all my emotions in order to be rebuilt, because I had all my emotions towards a negative possibility. I mean, I had my wife dying in my hands, July 20th, 1992. My mom died in my hands, you know, in 2015. I mean, I had my 3 brothers are dead right now, drugs and alcohol. You know, like, I mean, it's wild, the stuff I've been through in my life, but I can't blame that for the situation. It's how I dealt with it was the drugs and alcohol.
You're phenomenally strong. And the fact that, do you think that, what do you think percentage of people will be able to endure what you've gone through without actually harming themselves, like, let's, for example, maybe even,
you know, it's
suicide?
It's like a 6% that people face their problems and get well. Believe it or not, it's like a 6%, and it's the weirdest thing.
6%.
But when you look at the situation, the people have come as far as I have with all the awards I have, with all the things I've done. I mean, I've been to the UK and I received the Author Award a year out there, and honorary doctorate degree out there, and you know, it's pretty powerful to see how far you will go. And I feel like I'm just starting. I just feel like I'm just starting with all the things. Now, I just won in Belleville, Ontario, in Canada here. I just won, which is right there, the silver one, right? I'm pointing at right now. It's Canadian Awards. It's the best business coach in Belleville, Ontario. The top one. I've won that.
Congratulations. That's fantastic. Absolutely, congratulations.
I look at awards as
another
achievement. It's like being in Forbes again. Like, I already been there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking for that. I look for that moment. It's going to blast me up again. You know, I got the Guinness World Records. I've been in Forbes 3 times. Like, what next? What can I boost me up? The movie, I got 9 awards for that. The song that you guys did for me on my life history. I don't know if you guys are going to play that. I would love it if you did.
So, which brings me on to the next question now. So let's move on to a present date. So, receiving all these accolades, being on Forbes magazine 3 times, and your documentary film out there. So, can you explain what was the progress of your documentary film, and why did you feel that you wanted to make this documentary and share it with the members of the public?
It's weird because I wanted to do a book at first. Unfortunately, I did 500 books. I've been in 500 books. I used to be a publisher. I turned out to be a publisher somehow. I don't know how, but I was a publisher, and I sold that business a year and a half ago, or a year ago or so, maybe 2 years ago now. And I don't do much with books anymore, but I'll tell you something. When I was doing that book, it was like a dream come true. I sat in a coffee shop and I was writing the first thing, like, how am I going to write this? I didn't know how to write anything. It took me 2 years to write it. And then I got my probation officer, actually, pardon me. She actually did the editing because she was amazing in editing. I was a bad speller. I'll admit, I probably still am. You know what I mean? Like, AI does all my writing for me because I'm an AI expert now. So I get all that stuff, my marketing and everything done for free through AI. I just build the stuff and it just does it for me. So when I did that, it was okay. I finally did that. It was cool. That's when I opened up the publishing company. I think I said, like, who's going to want to write a book with me? And I started getting in with the celebrities and the people that everybody talks about and the people that you see all the time. But what I did, here's the thing. I'm an outside box thinker. If I know you're bringing Les Brown to the table 100 times and everybody's seen him 1,000 times, but they all keep running to him, I'll go to his daughter and I'll say, listen, I would rather a forward from you. And then her and I started working together. I got her out here to speak on stage, and that changes things around because what it is everybody's seeing Les Brown all the time, but they never see the daughter. Right. Well, she's just as famous as the father. They say, oh, I got to go see her now because, it's Les Brown's daughter. So his name brings on the same event. It's like my son. If my son says, I'm going to go speak at a stage, and he mentions, okay, my dad's Robert J. Moore, and people know me, they're going to flock there, right? It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. With what shall we say, in the way that related subject with celebrity influence.
Well, it's credibility online, offline. The credibility online is when you have photos of you and the person, you just put them online, right? Yeah. And or you could be seen doing interviews with that person. Offline is a lot of people take pictures, but now you got to remember things were photocopied, right? Photoshopped and everything else. So people didn't really realize that, they didn't believe a lot of pictures. So I got videos of me and that person. It made it a lot easier, a lot smarter. And people said, okay, well, hey, this person really is with that person. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the way to go. I didn't want to fake credibility because I was crying wolf all my life.
So thank you for sharing that, Robert. With receiving accolades and awards and everything, and the way that social media is now, what was social media at that time when you received?
I didn't know anything about it. I'll be honest with you. When I got clean and sober, I got the first computer I got was the big white one, the big white bulky bugger. And I actually threw that right out the window. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. It was green screen, the little dots of green screen, and it was like really old. I mean, it was like aging myself here, aren't I? So I opened the window up. My uncle was standing there. He goes, what are you doing? He goes, I wanted to play on the computer and play some Android or something, whatever it was.
Right.
The game. Yeah. So I
like
said,
the Pac-Man.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. So I told him, open up the window, and I just picked it up, threw it right out the window. Three floors down. And then a couple years later, I said, okay, well, maybe I should try this again. But it was a lot newer computer, a lot easier to get to know. And yeah, I had no problem learning it. And I learned it all myself. And now, like, I'm a wizard. The computer I have here is only like this big, like a cigarette case, maybe about twice 2 packs of cigarettes on top of each other. That's all it is, how big it is.
That's incredible,
That's
isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Robert, you also created your own radio station. So can you tell our viewers, share with our viewers, what made you want to create a radio station And
See, I'm all about
what
getting the message
content
out
did
there.
you show?
It wasn't really a matter of what content I was showing. It was a matter of I put the thing together to lure other people, let other people share their stories. I went on for what I did was pre-taped. I just had to pre-tape, put it in, and then boom, just let it run. I did a 12-hour session where I just let it run, and people paid me to be in their slots. It was amazing. I did that for about a year. I get bored fast of certain things if they don't challenge me. It was really nice because the person that I partnered up with at that time, he was Danny Z. He owned the radio station. I owned the main station. I just got a part of it, and for him to set up everything else, it was pretty costly. But I mean, it was pretty cool. What the biggest thing is that he is well known all over the world as a magician and all that. Plus, you got what's his name? That funny guy. Can't remember his name. He's in all the shows and he acts real stupid and funny. Well, his sister works there too, and it was really nice to talk to her and get to know her too. But
Wow. And along with your work and your passion and your purpose, I always ask everyone here as far as charitable work, where does your heart lie? In what area of charitable causes?
charity? Like charity?
Yeah.
Well, when I was doing Magnetic Entrepreneur, when I owned that, and I was doing any online sales I made, I sent it to Feed It Forward out of Toronto. What it does is it's the first in Canadian history to ever have a store where you can go in and donate money, whatever you got. If you got 50 cents, well, fill up a basket, no problem. If you got no money, fill up a basket, no problem. So it's the first in Canadian history to ever do that. A friend of mine started it, a nice, beautiful chef that I know, and I donated all my money towards that so they can help out the people in need. Plus, if I walk down the street sometimes and out here, I'll drive down the street or walk down the street. I'll see some people living on the street or something. I know how cold it is. I'll put them in a hotel for a week. Just things that I also do things for my students that they don't know. I do a lot of things undercover, but they get the credit for it later on, and they don't know it was me helping them out. Like, for instance, the guy that actually did my film, him and I worked out a deal, amazing deal to do the film. Good buddy of mine. We went out to land that we owned, and I sat there and I did it out there. Now, here's the thing. He was dying for work. So underground, I put the word out there to a lot of people I knew in Hollywood and all across. So they spread the word too. Now he's like swamped. He says he's so busy now.
Robert J. Moore with the Midas touch. You got that Midas touch. You got to go to Midas.
Like you said, though, I don't want the credibility for his success. And he doesn't, none of the people I work with know that I do this stuff. Like, they know I do something, know something's happening. They just don't know how I make it. I said, look, just enjoy the ride. You get the credibility, please. I got enough credibility. Trust me. I said, the credibility, when you guys are out there showcasing it off and sit there and saying, hey, Robert J. Moore is my coach, and they see you doing well, that's enough credibility for me.
That's really humble of you to share this. It really is, because it's wonderful because you don't share it on posts. Like, no. So many people in this world. What do you think about people when in the way that outside validation is more important to them rather than actually creating so outside validation is more important than actually. Rather than getting on with it. You got to remember,
if people are seeking attention, they're gonna sit there and say, "Oh, look, I got Forbes up there. Oh, look, I got Guinness World Record up there. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me." That doesn't work for me. You don't see any of my credentials up on the wall. You don't see none of that. You might see the credibility on the wall, but I don't really talk about it. Like, I don't sit there and say, "Look on the wall. This is this. This is that." That's why it's blurry in the background. It just kind of looks nice hanging there in the background. I got everything focused up front. I don't go around bragging about what I have or what I don't have. What I do is I talk about the things that, I might use my past to utilize my future, if that makes sense to you, to make other people realize going through hard times, you could utilize the things that you went through in the past in order to bring you forward. So if someone's doing relationships, I got a client right now that deal with relationships, and she didn't know how to bring that to a business. Well, simply put, I mean, if you want to talk about your experiences, how you got through it, talk about a solution to a problem, give people hope, and bring it to their eye.
So do you feel that, Robert, the key is hope?
I'm not going to say the key is hope. I'm going to say the key is getting off your ass and doing the work. That's the key.
actioning instead of, yes.
If you just focus on getting through those hard times. I know I know how hard it is. I know I've been there and done it, but it's sweeter on the other side though. All you got to remember is one thing. You're going through it once, you're learning how to deal with it. Those emotions will only last a period of time that you allow it to last. If you keep going backwards and living in that shit pile that I was talking about, the uncomfortableness that you love living in, well, as soon as you start getting uncomfortable, things start getting better. Believe it or not, you start facing those things, you start moving forward, you start looking at businesses, you start looking at things to enhance your life and your business. Take that chance, move forward, and you know what? Sweeter on the other side.
Thank you. That's golden wisdom for you. Take that leap of faith, take that chance. Don't stay in that comfy zone.
Hey, if you're gonna go to a barber, you're gonna get a haircut, man. If you're gonna go to the bar and play pool, you're gonna end up drinking.
Yeah.
If you're gonna sit there and hang around people eating bonbons and doing video games, well, that's where you're gonna end up in 5 years. I guarantee. You show me 5 of your friends, I'll tell you your future.
The forecast, future forecast. So, Robert, now I'm wondering if we can have a look at your social media or look at your video or something. I just going to just put it out there. So if that's getting ready right now, then we can talk about, until that's ready, we'll talk about what you're doing right now. What is your plans for the rest of 2025?
Well, first of all, 2025 is going too fast. It's got to slow the heck down. You know what I mean? Like, let's get serious here. I like summer. I don't like the brutal heat we have right now. We've had, for the last month and a half, it's been anywhere, like, I don't know if you use Celsius or Fahrenheit, but I'll use both right now. I'll calculate it real quick. So 37 right now, Celsius is 99 Fahrenheit. All right. And it's humid as heck. So I'm sitting here right now, but I got air conditioning in here and everything else. I got heat, air conditioning. All year round, I sit in this thing. It's only 50 feet from my house. I built it myself, and I'm okay with it. I got heated floors, everything in it, So I've done exceptionally well in that field because I want to make sure I'm comfortable and make sure I'm cozy with the flow.
And seasonal.
Well, yeah, don't matter. I can stay here, shorts and t-shirt all year round. I'm good. You know what I mean? So, plus I got that couch here because I got a TV over here for my son. If my son wants to come out, he's 7 years old. He'll lay down, he'll watch TV, and he won't bug me. What's that?
It's a great hub for him then. A real
hub. He loves it. He loves it. Yeah. Or we'll go camping. Like next month, we're going camping. But because of my education and my experience and everything, my mother-in-law's brother has Hutchinson's disease. And I'm going to be the one being like his caregiver, more or less, like the one helping him out, changing him and whatever it may be for a couple of days. And in return, I get to stay up there, I get to eat, I get to enjoy the weather and go for walks with them. And it'll be really nice. My family, here's the best part. My family, my son, my wife, my daughter, they get to go in the other cabin and enjoy themselves, to go out, do, kayaking or whatever they want to do. And hey, the way I see it, that's beautiful. Because when we go to Florida, all I do is work because I got to pay that money back to myself. So if I'm spending $7,000 for a month for the whole family, food and everything else that we got there, the rent and everything, the Airbnb, I got to make that money back. So I'll go out there in that garage and I'll make it my office, and I'll sit there and make that 7,000 back.
It's fantastic. While your son and your wife and your family can enjoy themselves.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful way to go.
Yeah.
They just actually went to I don't know if you know, it's Canada's Wonderland. It's a big museum park there. They go water slides and everything else, roller coasters, and I sent them off to that. Bought them actual pass that lasts from 2025 to 2026. The end of 2026 is when it ends. Gives them 2 meals a day while they're there, and free drinks all day.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's perfect for my son to go there. He goes on the bumper cars. He goes, Dad, I had a blast, had a good time. You know. So they go as many times they want. They got free parking with it.
So with Robert, with your son being 7 years old, your line of work in the way that you are, does your son not understand the whole concept of it, but is he of course is bright and everything, but is he switched on in the way of
He just thinks that money is endless. Yeah, he plays Roblox and then says, Daddy, can I have this? Can I have that? I said, wait till Daddy gets paid. And I don't want to just give him things, and he knows that if he leaves a shirt or shorts or something like that in the bathroom after a bath, okay, you need to go in there and fix that. Put that in the spot and move on from there.
That's fantastic. It sounds like you've got a very wonderful relationship with your son.
Yeah.
Not just because of the father, but also like a best friend as well. You know, you can hang out with each other. That's wonderful.
Yeah, we're just talking about you.
Oh, is it him? Oh my gosh, we're so blessed.
What do you mean, no? Come here, 2 seconds. Just come say hi. Hurry up.
Hey, hi. Hi. Oh, you've got a lovely voice. Oh my goodness, look at you.
This is called Mini Me.
Mini Me. I love it. Well, Mini Me, you look great. Hey, this is it. This is your debut on USA Global TV and Radio, Mini Me.
JJ.
Mini Robert. Mini RJ. What a lovely guy.
I was wondering, he was knocking at my door. He normally doesn't knock. That's weird.
Ooh, he could feel the energy. He could feel that. Woo, I got to be part of this. I can see him. Fantastic.
Did you have fun at Canada's Wonderland, buddy? You can't shake your head. Yes, you got to say it.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, my goodness. So I was just going to say, Robert, so with the fact of it could be you and you've got your film, can you share the name of the film and why you wanted to do that film?
If anybody actually wants to see it, it's Reinventing Freedom for the film, for my documentary.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube, 100%. Buddy, I'll be in a bit, bud. Yeah. Later on. We'll deal with that later. Shit, I told you want something. But anyways, I did the film because I want people to understand, there's people out there I can't reach the times I do things. Sometimes when you put a video out there, it reaches further. You know what I mean? Like I've had some wild people get a hold of me through the videos I've done on Facebook and on all the different platforms I've done it. It's amazing that people have got a hold of me, and they were such high-end people. It's like, wow, you really came to me, and that's how I know a lot of people. I mean, if you put the knowledge out there, remember, we're not in competition with anybody. I've studied 32 of the top achievers in the world. Some were deceased at the time because, you can only get to them on their, programs that they have or YouTube or whatever. Tony Robbins, for instance, I went to see him once. I would never see him again because the way it works, I've been on stage with him too, for crying out loud. Here's the thing. I only wanted to go there to see how he had the setup. What was he doing? How was he controlling the crowd? How was he keeping them active? Like, I didn't go there for what he was saying, because I know what he was saying. He only has 15 different things he talks about, and he picks this one, or this one that day, and that's it. I know how he works. I mean, I've studied him. I call mapping. I got me here and him here. When you look at mapping, you got to look at the fact of how's he doing this? Who's he talking about? What's he talking about? How's he dressed? How's he got the platform? How's he marketing? Now you look at yourself saying, how do I relate to the marketing? How am I doing my marketing? How's he doing? How am I doing my dress? How am I doing this? How am I doing it? Kind of mapping it out together, and how I'm doing it. Now you do that with the 32 people, and you also do that with their programs. Take a piece of each of them programs that I did, put it in Robert J. Moore, and blossom it out and become who I am today.
That's amazing. That really is mapping out skills.
Yeah.
So, Robert, just before we close out, can you share with our audience who you would like to contact you, why you would like them to contact, and just a little bit of pearl of wisdom, maybe one phrase, two phrases before we close out?
Here's the person I want to contact me. I mean, anybody that's in need of empowering, anybody wants to get out there more, anybody wants to learn how to grow their business, better brand, better seeing things, more credibility, be on more podcasts, maybe even though you never know, maybe even get globally recognized and be in Forbes or whatever. I don't know. If you want to grow your business, if you want to learn your foundation more and your structure more, to be out there, the credibility comes with it.
And so your website is nextlevelcoachinginc.com.
Yeah.
So everyone out there, please do go on to Next Level. Is it Next Level Coaching Inc?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on my website. Plus, right now,
fabulous.
I got 3 SaaS. I got 3 SaaS right now that are coming out. SaaS is another platform like a website, but it's not WordPress. It's actually SaaS. So what it is I got one. It's called Closana AI. That one's perfect. That one's going great. It's like an AI Chrome extension. So you just press NL / and you put in your prompt, and it goes right to it, writes the whole thing out for you real fast, boom, easy. I got the other one, AI Business Suite, where it actually does all your scanning of your website and everything. All you got to do is go in there, and that's actually a franchise. I made that into a franchise for people that want to make money, and they go in there. And I also got, listen, you're going to love this one, but this one's going to be a hard one to do because I got to be careful of the infringement on this. Real Talk Net, which is going to be like Facebook, LinkedIn, X, all of them in one. So I've been building that too. And they're all coming out soon. Yeah, look at that beautiful thing. Look at that son of a gun.
Oh, Next Level Coaching. We've got your website. So just before we close out, can you just explain to us about the website?
The website's a website. I mean, I don't really care about a website. I mean,
okay, you got a great picture there. You got a great picture in that suit.
When you stroll down, you'll sit there and see, like, there's some of the things on there I've been switching around, and they might not come through. But there's my movie right there. You know, and then when you go down, actually, I've been, how do you say it? Not sponsored, but I got a guy backing me up. Like there's a video of my stuff right there, what I do with the AI and that. There's the award I won. This one right here. All right. Think and Grow Rich. Yeah. That's the CEO, Satish Verma. He backs me up on anything I do. That's how well I'm doing things. He literally endorses me.
Yeah. Good place to be endorsed there. Nice neighborhood.
Yeah. And then they're personal friends now. I've been on stage with them all, and it's personal friends. And I really enjoy the stuff I do. The thing is, if you have to learn to stop focusing on the money. It's like bills. You focus, I got another bill, I don't know what to do. Well, guess what? Forget about it. Stop focusing on the bills. Stop focusing on the money, because you know what? The bills, if you keep focusing on it, that's all you'll get is bills. If you focus on the money, I need to make money. Okay, listen, here's one thing I'm going to say wise. You want something wise? I got it right here. Too many people tell me I need to be financially free. that's what they want, financially freedom. You know what that means to me? I pay all my bills. All my bills are paid, say 2 months worth. My mortgage is paid. My kids are happy. My food in the fridge. But I'm broke. But I'm financially free because you don't owe any bills. You don't owe anybody. That's financially free. Now, if you want extra money, you want the abundance of money, that's where you get the extra come in, like a flow of money. Listen, I had 11 different, 3 years ago, I had 11 different sources of money coming in. I was clearing over $15,000 per month on residual income, plus whatever I made while working. So I was really bringing in about $35,000 a month. And then I bought another business, and that one was clearing in $65,000 a month.
That's really
so. I mean, the problem is though, the government in Canada wants 53% of your taxes. You make 100,000 here, you're bringing home 47,000. And then you got to remember, if you buy gas, if you buy chocolate bar, you buy food, you're paying taxes on that too. And then you got to pay income tax on every 3 months on your business. So really, you're only at 100,000. If you work it out and you have all the things per month that you need, you're probably only making about 22,000.
It's crazy. Crazy times.
Crazy, yeah.
Crazy times. But that will be, we need to continue with that topic for next time. Definitely would like to invite you, Robert J. Moore, for part 2 on the Film and Music Show.
You set the time up. You
do.
set the time up, and I'll be there.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been a wonderful guest. You've been so transparent, humble, and you've brought so much wisdom and advice which is relatable to anyone out there. So please do, everyone, please do contact Robert J. Moore. Yes, and have a look at his film as well, Reinventing Freedom. But my name is Dr. Madeline Chan. Thank you to our wonderful guest, Robert J. Moore. We'll have him on the guest again. We're now running out of time. Thank you for Audi K Barrier, the sponsor of Film and Music Show. And we will see you next Monday at 6 p.m. on BST, British Summer Time, for another episode of the Film and Music Show. Thank you, USA Global TV and Radio, and thank you to our CEO and President, the wonderful Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Till then.
Have you ever felt unheard? Like your words float into a void, leaving you invisible and disconnected? How about feeling judged, when assumptions overshadow your truth, leaving you misunderstood and defensive? And then there's that moment when someone offers solutions you never asked for, dismissing your feelings and leaving you more frustrated than before. It doesn't have to be this way. Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, the listening mentor, understands. She's here to help you reclaim your voice, build stronger connections, and create meaningful conversations that inspire understanding and mutual respect. Through her groundbreaking books, online and in-person courses, and interactive workshops, you'll learn how to navigate life's most challenging interactions. Discover the power of elevated listening and transform how you communicate. Master setting boundaries and asking permission to protect your peace. Learn to recognize and release judgment, fostering empathy and true connection. Dr. Kerbeck also offers personalized coaching, one-on-one or group sessions designed to fit your unique needs. Whether in person or virtually on StreamYard, her guidance will empower you to thrive. You don't have to struggle alone. The path to deeper connections and better relationships start here. Visit drjacalyn.com or usaglobaltv.com. Join a global community of empowered listeners and transform your life, one meaningful conversation at a time. Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck is the listening mentor. Start your journey today.